Hello, everybody. Welcome to the official 6-week summer challenge announcement. I'm going to be going over all the details for how to get started, the brand new meal plan, and the grand prizes. So we have a lot to go over today, and let's dive into it. This year's challenge is starting on Monday, June 23rd, so 2 weeks from today, if you're watching this live. Whoops, already said that. And we have a new meal plan for this year. So every summer we come out with a brand new meal plan that has a different focus. This year's meal plan I am especially excited for because not only does it cover the body recomposition, like build on those body recomposition tools and strategies that we talked about in last year's program, in the body recomposition program, but it also dives even further into the nutrient density of food and making sure that you are not only achieving your fat loss goals, but you're also living the healthiest possible life that you can and supporting your body in all of its various needs. So I'm really, really excited about this one because it just takes that body recomposition focus to the next level. So you're not only achieving those goals, but you're also feeling really, really great in the process. In fact, if you guys didn't know, this is also what I'll be following postpartum. I am like a little over 3 weeks postpartum right now. I'm trying to remember what day is it even today? I'm like so lost in that like postpartum fog. I have no idea what day of the week it is, but I only know because it's a live stream day. So it's Monday, I'm pretty sure. But I am like 3 weeks and like 3 days postpartum. That is little Jack right there, the whole family, Sage and Jack. And I'll be following this as well to help me achieve my goals while also making sure that I'm fueling my body properly during breastfeeding as well, because that's really important. But especially because of like for myself, I'm breastfeeding. I wanted to make sure that this year's meal plan, as all our meal plans do, but we're really, really, really focused on nutrient density and providing not only the tools that help with fat loss, but also the types of specific foods that really help with long-term health and wellness too. All right. So for this year's challenge, we are going to be following the brand new 6-week summer meal plan. Just like every year, we have over 50 brand new recipes. Let me make that bigger so you guys can see it. We have over 50 brand new recipes. It comes with a 6-week meal plan, so meal by meal plan of what to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then over 100 pages of science-backed fat loss tips that are combined with the nutrient density tools as well. So like I said, it's an extra focus on the healthiest foods in the world. And what's really cool about this is it's not like some expensive superfoods or like some rare berry that you find like halfway across the world. These are foods that you will be able to find in essentially every single grocery store. So it's really accessible to everybody. That's what I love about this. It's not like you have to spend so much money on these like really, really expensive superfoods to see great results. You can actually eat really great, wholesome meals that the whole family will love. And it's also ingredients that you're probably going to be very familiar with. So then we have these 6-week challenge guidelines that you can follow throughout the challenge to see best results. Just like last year, we have this as a clickable meal plan. This is what I love about having the meal plans be digital because you get all of these additional added features. So within the meal plan, you can actually click on the meal that you're having that day and it'll jump you straight to the recipe. So you don't have to like rifle through the pages to find the recipe that is corresponded with that day. So it's just making everything so much easier and so much more seamless. And then tools to individualize your results. We'll go over that in just a second, as well as plant-based and vegetarian swaps. This is something that I made like an extra focus on as well. It's just one of the pages. I printed mine out so that you guys can see this, but this is just one of the pages on the vegan and vegetarian tips because this meal plan has such an extra emphasis on nutrient density and the quality of the food. I wanted to make sure to really have a lot of additional tips for those of my friends who are vegan or vegetarian. There's a lot of specific strategies you can do to maximize the nutrient density because when you are eating more plants and less animal foods, there are going to be more anti-nutrients involved, a less ideal balance of certain micronutrients, as well as amino acids and proteins needed for body recomposition. So I have a bunch of really great strategies for those who are vegan and vegetarian on how you can optimize your meals from both a micronutrient and a macronutrient perspective so that you can maximize your results. All right, back to here. We have the daily challenge printable journal and then so much more. So within the meal plan, you guys know I love food. I think that's just like one of the most important things that we have food that we actually love and enjoy and that our family loves and enjoys so that we all can eat meals that we can enjoy together and not feel like we're just eating sad grilled chicken with like steamed broccoli, because life can be so much more fun than that while also achieving your goals. So here's just a few of the recipes, or on this side, I guess, here's just a few of the recipes that are in this year's 6-week summer meal plan. My favorite one is actually, let me see if I can show you, is this one right here. Oh my gosh, the lentil bruschetta bowl. So good, so easy. I actually had this, I think it was at I forget. I had like a party of some sort with friends when I was recipe testing this, and everybody was obsessed with this recipe. So I'm really excited in particular for that one. But the mole tacos right here, so delicious. We have so many delicious, simple, brand new recipes that are included in the new 6-week summer meal plan. And then, like I mentioned, we do have the ingredient swaps to better tailor to your goals. So here's just one example. Every recipe has these swaps to provide those the individualized approach. So whether you are like plant-based, for example, you can choose a different protein. There might be a recommended protein swap for you, depending on which type of recipe it is, to make it plant-based or not plant-based if you aren't plant-based. And then there's carb sensitive swaps. So if you're carb sensitive, if you have trouble with having more like dense carbohydrates, if you're really specifically working toward a fat loss goal, there's swaps for you. But then on the opposite side, if you are a lot more active, if you're an athlete, if you have more of those muscle mass goals, then there's also swaps for that too. So you can see those little adjustments within each of the recipes, just noted right here. And this is just one of the recipes here. The mole tacos, so good. I love mole. And then new tips and information. This is not an updated program. This is a brand new program. So brand new information, brand new tips, brand new strategies to build on what we've already talked about in the past to better help you achieve your goals. So I'm really, really excited about this one. But then for the challenge itself, so that's just the actual meal plan, the brand new meal plan. Like I mentioned, it's limited release, so it's only available during this challenge. And then once it's gone, it's gone for good. So you want to make sure that you grab it. And I do have it linked down in the description below if you guys want to check it out, if you didn't get today's email that has the link for it. But in the challenge itself, so for this year's 6-week summer challenge, where we're using the meal plan, we have over $1,200 worth of grand prizes with my favorite companies. So we have Purity Coffee, which is the organic mold-free coffee that I've been using for like 8 years, I think. Might be longer than that. Ever since they first started, I've been a customer of theirs. And then we have my protein powder as a grand prize. We have the Ride Market membership, Kettle and Fire bone broth. We have Gem supplements, which are a whole food supplement that I am obsessed with. And then Element electrolytes. So we have really great prizes for one grand prize winner at the end of the challenge with all my favorite wellness goodies. And then for this challenge, we have a stream every week of the challenge too, to provide you additional tips and strategies to build on what you are learning within the meal plan, and just provide that additional support. We also have the Facebook group. So the Facebook group has I think it's like over 22,000 members in there. It's a private Facebook group, but it's free to join. It's just for our community members. And it's just a really amazing place to go and get that support from other community members, from those who are on that same journey as you and have that same perspective on nutrition and health as you, so that you can get maybe like inspiration or tips, or just like feel as if you're being supported by somebody else, and that you're not just in this journey on your own. If you don't have somebody in your life who is doing this challenge or making these changes along with you, that's where the Facebook group is really a great resource. So that is actually the link you can find within the meal plan as well. So if you are brand new, if this is your first challenge, we have this year's 2025 beginner bundle. So the beginner bundle includes the brand new 6-week summer meal plan, but it also includes last year's, which we still have, the body recomposition program, which is really kind of like the core tenet of the fat loss protocol. This is what I followed to achieve my 20-pound postpartum weight loss goal from my pregnancy with Sage. So that is a really great program to have as your base, and then building upon that this year's program to dive further deeper into the nutritional strategies to support longevity as well. And when you get the beginner bundle, you get the 7-day detox for free. So nice little bonus there. You can find both the beginner bundle and the new 6-week summer meal plan linked down in the description below if you guys want to check it out. Should also pop up as I think YouTube has a feature where it pops up the product on the actual screen somewhere. I don't really know, but I think it does pop up like that. All right. So for the 6-week summer challenge, we're starting on Monday, June 23rd. So if you want to join us, make sure you grab the link down description below for how to grab your 6-week summer meal plan to join the challenge. And we are starting on Monday, June 23rd. So I specifically give you guys 2 weeks notice so that you can go through the program, read the actual information, apply the principles, and just prepare yourself for the challenge coming up, so that you can really understand what you're doing. Because when you know what you're doing, when you understand the why, when you get it, you are able to make these changes last, to stick, and to really feel good in the process as well. So make sure you take this next 2 weeks when you get the program to actually read everything. It's very easy read. There's a lot of pictures and graphs to make things very easy to understand. And then just prepare yourself for the actual challenge starting in 2 weeks. All right, guys, I'm going to answer a few questions here. If you guys have any questions, if it's like just about the program, the challenge, or just general nutrition question, you can put it in the chat. Just put 4 question marks before and after so that I can find it a little bit easier. All right. Awesome. We already have some community members who've already grabbed it. Super excited. Juliana got hers as well. Hi, Camille. Hi, Guylen. All right. Let's see. Juliana, what are the chickpea swaps? Don't like chickpeas? What can I use instead? It depends on the recipe. So you can use a different legume if you want. So one of the sections where I go, let me see if I can find it like really quickly. There's a section where I go into which foods are like the healthiest foods that we are really focusing on. And one section are the honorable mentions, which are just right here. And you can see that legumes is on here as well. So in there, it says beans, chickpeas, lentils, peas, kidney beans, black-eyed peas, dal, and mung beans. So you can actually make the chickpea swap for any of those other alternatives. It'll have like a slightly different nutrient profile. Chickpeas have a higher protein content, and it's a higher diet, so it's actually easier to digest and break down than other proteins. However, if you are looking for a swap, that would be like the most equivalent swap is to go for any of those other legumes. Oh, thank you so much, Guylen. Oh my gosh, my cousin. Hi. Okay. Danette, I'm not active on social media, so wondering how else I can be connected with Autumn/community with questions and comments I have along my journey. The weekly live streams would be your next best bet if you aren't on Facebook. Facebook is the best option because everybody's on it every single day. So there's a lot of activity constantly going, people sharing like their pictures of either their progress or the recipes they're making. So it's a really great resource if you don't already have Facebook, or like if you just want to join for that. That is reason enough, because it is just a fantastic resource, and it's a private Facebook group. So you don't have to worry about like it being just public to everybody, which is really nice. But if you don't want to join Facebook for whatever reason, then the weekly live streams we have every Monday throughout the challenge is another great place. So the timing might change. Like I mentioned, I am about 3 weeks postpartum right now. We're still trying to figure out nap schedules to have time to do the live streams. So right now, Sage is asleep. Trevor has Jack. So we are figuring out the exact times that will work best. But it'll hopefully stay at 1 p.m. PST each week. But the weekly live streams will stay on Monday, and the time will be TBD, but it will be announced every Thursday the week before, Thursday or Friday the week before. But in there, you can have like this live chat system going on. So just make sure that you are joined in for the actual YouTube live stream if you aren't already on Facebook. Yeah, like Juliana said, you can ask your questions here as well. Okay, Anne, newbie here, wondering if I should do the summer beginner bundle first or the 21-day IF bundle. That's a good question. It kind of depends on your goals and where you're at. I would suggest, since we have the 6-week challenge going on right now, to go into the summer beginner bundle first, because you will still, it has each has kind of like different beginning starting points for the 21-day IF program, and then for the beginner bundle for the body recomposition perspective. But since we all are already doing this together, that might be a good time to join in with this section first on body recomposition. That way you can still join in on the weekly live streams and get information that will be specific to the program that we're following right now, rather than like the 21-day program, which we'll probably be doing in the fall, we'll see. But you can then switch over and do the intermittent fasting program when everybody's doing that. So you can just kind of do it as a group, but it is up to you. You could do the other one instead first if you prefer to start with intermittent fasting. But I would personally prefer to just do like what the group is doing. That way you can also be involved in like the live streams and get all that additional support. Okay. Eileen, are most of your recipes for one person? That's a good question. So most of the lunches and breakfasts are for one person. There's a few like caveats, like one of the chia pudding recipes, for example, I believe has two. I think it's two. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 servings. And then I believe one of the salad recipes has multiple servings, but within the meal plan, it accounts for that. So you can have like leftovers for the next like however many days. So it's pre-made to make it easier for you. But the dinners typically serve 4. So you can either make like the full batch and make it for your family, or have leftovers the next day, or you could cut like the recipe in half and have it be 2 servings. But it does list on there how many servings each recipe makes so that you can know exactly how many makes. All right, Mia, what do you do after a bad weekend of eating, and does it mess up your process or progress rather? So this is a great question. I actually just had a friend ask something similar over the weekend as well. And what I have seen as a big mistake that people will make is that they might eat something that's like not in line with their goals, or have like multiple, let's say, cheat days where they're eating things that are really not in line with their goals for the full weekend. And then they want to like bounce back quickly. And so they might do like a 24-hour fast, or they might really restrict their calories on Monday in order to try and get those results back faster. I have seen both of those strategies not work at all, because it just results in sort of like this binge restrict cycle. And when you go from eating a lot of blood sugar spiking foods, which is usually what is eaten during a weekend on like, let's say, a cheat day or whatever you want to call it, it will cause that big spike and crash in blood sugar. And if you then follow that up with really restricting your intake, or really over exercising or something the next day, that can make it so then your body is just so hungry. You're in such a blood sugar crash that you're inevitably going to give into wanting to have more of those hyper palatable sweet foods that then will reverse your progress again. So I found it best to just jump straight back into the tools and strategies like what we talk about with all of my programs, to help you boost satiety, to get the blood sugar stabilizing foods, to get the protein, fat, and fiber, to support the more stable blood sugar levels, so that you can more easily shift back into a fat burning state and not just go back and forth in this binge and restrict cycle. From an exercise perspective, something that is really great is to make sure that you are walking, because walking does help to absorb that excess glucose or excess sugar within your body. So that's a really great tool. And to make sure that you're using strength training, but proper strength training. So just like 3 to 4 times per week, following a great like program or protocol that is actually well structured, not just doing like killing yourself at the gym, doing 2-hour workouts that again can cause that big blood sugar spike and fall, or overtraining, all of which is not supportive of a long-term goal. So again, from just a TLDR, too long, don't read. Just make sure that you are going back to these strategies that are going to support your long-term goal, not trying to do anything fancy like a 24-hour fast or really restrict your intake, because that can actually just cause you to have a rebound effect. Gina, is exercise part of the program? New here. So within this program, we do not specifically dive into exercise. Which I actually have the body recomp program, which is included in the beginner bundle. This one talks more about how to add exercise in depending on your level, and how to pair that with the food that you're eating, depending on where you're at in your fat loss journey. So that is why I do include for the beginner bundle, the body recomp program, as well as the new 6-week summer meal plan, because they really do build on each other. It's not like there's specific workouts for you to follow, but it gives you recommendations of the types of workouts to follow. Very specific ones, actually. Let me bring this up. Yeah. So you can see here's just one page. This is from the body recomp program that's included in the beginner bundle. But you can see like based on your level, if you're level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and I talked about how to know which level you're at based on like where you're at in your fitness journey. It tells you what you should follow or what you might want to follow for your workout routine. So like level 1 says Autumn's 28-day walking plan. And in the digital version, you can click this and it'll link out to my actual 28-day walking plan. And then at least 8,300 steps per day. So that'd be like level 1. And then level 2 talks about a couple different strategies or tools that you can use depending on what's at your disposal. So like a couple YouTube channels are recommended for a free option. There's an app that's recommended or class options that would be good if you are more of a class person and if you want to take a class. So that's for exercise. If you want that, that's where you'd get the body recomp program. And that's in the beginner bundle. So if you want both of them, you do get the 7-day detox for free when you buy the beginner bundle. So that would be a great option if you are a beginner to make sure you're getting all those strategies included. Yeah, so foods that help boost metabolism. These are the types of things that we go over in the program. So what especially actually this is again where these two programs combine, the new 6-week summer meal plan as well as last year's and what we currently have, the body recomposition program. They both really focus on, it's not just specific foods but the strategies that help the body to heal the metabolism, get it at a state where you're able to more easily tap into fat burning. So it's not like any one type of food that is going to quote boost your metabolism. And if anybody tells you that there's like one food that boosts your metabolism, they're either lying or they don't really know what they're talking about. It's a series of different strategies, including food, including sleep, including exercise, that all work together to make it so that your metabolism is at a really healthy state where you're able to more easily burn fat as fuel. All right, guys. I think that I need to be grabbing Jack from Trevor right now. I can see him out there pacing and having a hard time putting him down. So I think I need to help him out. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm super excited for this year's challenge and for you guys to dive into the brand new 6-week summer meal plan. It is a limited release meal plan. So make sure you grab it before it's gone, because once it's gone for good. It's not like the body recomp program that we decided to keep because it has those core tenets that are just so important to always go back to. Once this challenge is done, this program is gone. So you want to make sure that you grab it and then you have it for life. We are starting on Monday, June 23rd. So make sure you grab your materials to get started. The details and the program link is down description below. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I have the next live stream 2 weeks from now on Monday, June 23rd for the start of the challenge. So I will see you guys then. Cheers. Make sure you stay hydrated and I'll see you guys.